Back to Chrono Commentary. Today, I'm going to show you how to change a battery. I'm going to use a couple different models. I'm going to show you how to take off a couple different case backs. So if you've got, one of these, hopefully it'll be helpful. And I'll show you a couple ways that you can, remove your battery without messing up your watch. So, hope it's useful. Let's get going. First up, we're going to look at a screw-in case back. These are relatively easy. You will need a case wrench. I was going to try and show you something with a snapback, but I didn't actually have anything in my collection available. Most of my stuff is something like this, or the other one that I'm about to show you, or a lot of the watches that I have now, like the Tokyo Flash and things like that, you actually have to plug in. But if it was a snap-on back, all you would need is some type of a blade, something that's not too sharp so you don't hurt yourself. But pretty much all you have to do is work the blade right in on one of these edges, just so that you hear it pop, and then just give it a little leverage, a little twist, and that'll pop right off. So to get the back off of a screw-in case back, all you need is a case wrench. There are more sophisticated case wrenches than this, ones that have kind of a triangle shape and it gives you a little bit more leverage. These can be really, really tight, but essentially the way that these work is you put them in the little notches here. You'll use the second, or in some cases the third one, to adjust, and all you have to do is screw it down to tighten it. And all you really need to do is make sure that you go in on one, seat this one tight in the one across from it, and screw it down so that it's nice and snug. Get a good hold and then give it a little bit of a turn. They can be really, really tight. I loosened this one up just a little bit. And then if you don't want to continue doing that, you can just use a little screwdriver to kind of finish taking this off. That makes it a little bit easier, a little less cumbersome. And you want to be careful. You don't want to go too nuts with it, so you don't scratch up your case back. That'll come right off. Oh, like that. And there we have our watch movement, and then the little battery cover. This holds the battery in. The other thing you might notice is your gasket. This one popped out of this one, and there's a small ring on the inside of the case back that we'll seat that back into. So to get to the battery on this guy, really all you have to do is remove this whole plastic section and then use this little tab is what's actually holding the battery in. So what you want to do is just gently move that aside and pop your battery out. Easy as pie. Careful not to slip when you're taking the battery out and hit this coil. If you scratch that at all, that will ruin your watch movement and you'll have that issue to deal with. So when we're done with that, we'll just go ahead and put this battery back in with the tab side first, and just kind of gently move the little arm aside and pop your battery back down, and we're back in business. Make sure that we put our plastic insert to hold that battery tab. There's usually a cutout for where the crown stem goes in, so that's pretty easy to manage. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just lay this gasket right back in this slot that it came out of. Okay, so we got that on. Then to put the case back on, you're just going to want to lay it down as flat as you possibly can. And these get a little bit of even pressure on here. Make sure that our threading lines up. And start. You can hand tighten it at first, which is quite easy. And then use your screwdriver again if you like to kind of solidify it on there, and then you'll just take your case wrench, and it should be pretty close to your measurements because you already used it once, and gently but firmly tighten the case back on. So there you go. That is a screw down case back watch battery changing. And then I'm going to show you really quickly one other case back, and we've got a case back that's really common in dive style watches, things like that. This is the Luminox Recon Pointman, and all you need to change the battery on this one is some type of a small screwdriver. So just go in, remove the screws one at a time. Careful not to lose them. And I'll show you the movement once I get the back off. Alright, last screw is coming out. So there you go. Now this one has a different type of battery stay. It doesn't have the big plastic removable section or anything like that. So with these, you see that little tab that moves? All you have to do is slide this guy over so that it doesn't cover your battery anymore. And pop it out. You notice when I first lifted it, the whole thing shifted. Sometimes you have to just put your fingers down, pop that out, and then to put it back in, just put it in, use your screwgee to lift that back up over the top and slide it back into place. And that is it. You're back in business. This one has the same type of gasket right here that keeps your watch water resistant. And then replace your screws and you are good to go. That is how you can change your battery at home. As far as the tools go, you can go crazy and get some really nice expensive stuff if you like. The setup that I have, maybe you guys saw the review that I did. I got this whole like 19-piece kit on Amazon for $6 that has a case wrench and like 4 different sizes of screwdrivers, pin pushes for removing links and bracelets, all those types of good things. So you don't have to go nuts and break the bank. And you know, as always, if it's a watch battery that you're not really comfortable doing, or you can't get your case back off, just take it to a jeweler, and most jewelers will be able to help you out. And yeah, that's it. I hope this was helpful on some level, and we'll talk to you next time. I've got a couple new watches that are coming out for review, so I'm really pumped. Alright, talk to you guys soon.